Oh my God. That was quite possibly the worst game of football I have ever seen. Yes, this is the preview. Review. See, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Oh my God. This is the reaction video to Manchester United 0, San Jose Earthquakes 0 in our pre-season friendly in America in the Levi's Stadium. Oh my God, that was bad, wasn't it? Oh man. How are you guys doing after that? Who fell asleep? Who stayed with it? Who switched the channel over? Let me know if you had the confidence United were going to score right up until the end, because boy oh boy, I was bored absolutely shitless. In the end, United drew 0-0. The best opportunity Manchester United mustered in the game was Eric Bailly's header, which came after about a minute or two from a Sanchez free kick. His header hit the bar, and after that, United didn't look like scoring. Scott McTominay had our second best effort in the second half after about 75 minutes after a cross by Mason Greenwood, which found him, and he headed it lamely into the goalkeeper's arms. San Jose Earthquakes had the best opportunities, particularly in the second half. Probably should have scored. An opportunity that did beat the keeper was blocked off the line by Timothy Fosu-Mensah. And after that, no one else looked like scoring. So there you have it, guys. That was United's second pre-season friendly. And now we take on the European teams. AC Milan, Liverpool, Real Madrid. That's who we've got next. How are you guys feeling after that? Do you see any positives from that game? Should we be worried by that? Should we not care about it? Is it just a pre-season game just for fitness? Is the lack of our usual suspects, our usual players, affecting us and affecting our preparation for the new season? I'm not talking about this result. I'm not talking about the last result. I don't care about them. But is the lack of our regular players, the Lukakus, the Pogbas, the Lingards, Rashfords, Matic, etc., is that affecting us and affecting our... It's obviously affecting us, but is it going to have a big effect on our season? Because pre-season is supposed to be a time where we prepare for the new campaign, and our preparation hasn't been great. Yes, 2 games out there, we've got to see a lot of young players, and it's been nice to see Chong and Gomez and Mason Greenwood and Garner and whatever. It's nice to see those guys, but they're not going to play for us in the Premier League campaign. Unless we have 20 injuries, they're not going to play for us. So realistically, in terms of preparation for the new season, we're not having a great time. We've got 2.5 weeks left. We've got 3-4 games left. 3 in America, 1 obviously in Germany. Our preparation for the new campaign isn't great. It isn't, amazing. And that is a little bit of a worry. I don't care about 0-0 against San Jose. I don't care about 1-1 against Club America. That's sorry for the fans watching. You would have hoped they would have got a goal to see. But ultimately, it doesn't matter. But what does matter is our preparation for the new season. Now, in terms of our preparation for the new season, I thought Andres Pereira did well. He picked up where he left off from in a Man United shirt last summer, and he's carried on and he's had an impressive pre-season so far. Apart from that, no one really stood out for us today. I think Luke Shaw looks fit. He got done a few times today, but he looks fit. That's a good thing. Alexis Sanchez looked like he's been well rested, well trained. He was buzzing all over the place. But apart from that today, there weren't many positives. Of course, it was hot. It was difficult for them. But this is one of the worst teams in the MLS that haven't won a game in 10 games. You'd expect United to do a little bit more. So it was a frustrating game to watch. It was a boring game to watch. Pre-season doesn't matter in terms of results. But what it does matter is in terms of preparation. And I don't think our preparation's been great, to be totally honest with you. And we're going into the new season with the possibility of having a back 4 of Valencia, Smalling, Bailey and Shaw, which I don't think is good enough. We need a new centre-half. Valencia picked up an injury today. Hopefully he's back soon. It was interesting when Valencia went off, we brought on Darmian. Now I know Fosu-Mensah and Twanzebe came on at centre-half in the second half, so maybe that was the plan all along. But you'd like to think Fosu-Mensah would be ahead of Darmian in the pecking order. Because Darmian's not going to be here next season, likely. So why are we using him? Do you know what I mean? I know it's selfish, but we need to prepare for the new season. So, yeah, you look at that back line, it's not great. Our front three is likely to be Mata, Sanchez and Martial in the new season. They need to work on it. And the one thing, I know Sanchez just arrived back. Martial had a quiet game today. Mata didn't have. He was okay when he came on, but it wasn't amazing. One thing we need to see is those guys working on things, building a familiarity, building, where's he running, where's he going, what's he doing. We need to have that from these players, and hopefully we get that over the next 3 games out in America. I'm not going to lie, preparation so far hasn't been good for Manchester United, but hopefully it improves, and we'll be getting a few more players back as the pre-season progresses. But let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments below. I'm going to go to your comments right about now. We've got over 200 people watching. Thank you for tuning in. After that ball fest, I'm not surprised some of you haven't gone to sleep and stuff. Chris says Sal Jones or Smalling and bringing Alderweireld out. Andrew says Smalling can do one. Just needs to take the rust off the player, says Red Army. Shaw made a few errors, but he needs to be given 6 months to Sadek. I would like Bailey and Timbo as our centre halves. Players aren't fit enough, there's no rhythm, says Angelo. Pereira's put a decent shift in, says A. Lang. Scancunt wants Davinson Sanchez. Funny because that's off South Park if you haven't watched it. What do you think the lineup will be against Leicester on the first game of the season? I've already said the back 4. Valencia, Smalling, Bailey and Shaw, unfortunately. De Gea in goal. Hopefully Matic gets fit. Herrera. We'll probably see Matic, Herrera and Pereira. That's a possibility. And then Martial, Sanchez and Mata. I hope we don't have to rely on... I hope Matic is fit. Because if we have to rely on playing Pereira, McTominay and I don't think McTominay is good enough. I'm just going to be honest. It's not a big criticism of him. It's not based on today's performance. I just don't think he's good enough for Manchester United. And yeah, I'd like to see at least 4 or 5 centre midfielders ahead of him in the pecking order. We need to have that depth. Not good enough, says Luke. Snooze test, literally, says Shaharat. How serious is Valencia's injury? I don't know, Kato. It's the same style as last season, and Sanchez come into the player spaces yet again, says it's G. I noticed that we were playing with Sanchez and Martial, and they were both outside the box, and Sanchez was sitting on the halfway line at times. It's pre-season, but it's frustrating. You need to get into habits for the new season, and that's one habit I don't want to see. How you doing, Naveed? Thank you for tuning in. The squad just isn't very strong, says somebody in the comments. Well, we need to improve it then, don't we? It's that simple. Stop fucking around and get the players in. If it's not good enough. This is the thing. Like, this pre-season hasn't been great, has it? So far. Still got 2 weeks to put that right. And I'm not talking results before anyone goes into the comments and starts saying, oh, Adam, 0-0, 1-1. I'm saying about preparation. Are the board doing the job to bring in their players? Obviously, we might find out they are doing. But so far, it don't look like it. Is Mourinho doing enough what he's got at the moment? At the moment, it don't look like it. But it's early doors. The board need to back Mourinho this summer. Need to back him. I don't like all this talk that Ashley Young can be our number 1 left back and Smalling's going to stick around. I don't like that talk. That's loser talk. And we're not going to win the league with those kind of players in those positions week in, week out. It's that simple. I do think, though, we don't need wholesale changes. We just need players in key areas. But we don't need wholesale changes because you expect to see more from Sanchez next season. More from Martial. More from Mata. More from Rash. More from Lingard. You can expect to see more from these players. But we need to improve in defence because we won't see more from our defence. We won't. We may see more from Luke Shaw. We may see more from Bailey Lindelof. But Smalling, done with that now. Let's move on. No creativity in that midfield, says Darman. I'm reserving judgment on the midfield because we're not playing with players that we expect to be starting. Obviously Herrera, yes. Pereira, possibly. McTominay, no. We're expecting Matic, Fred, Pogba to be going into that midfield. Jesse talking about Liverpool losing. I genuinely don't care about Liverpool today, Jess. I watched the Chinese Super League game the other day. Someone said it was better than that. Fair enough. I wish I was watching that today, guy. I actually do. Because that was pretty bad. And on that note, guys, I'm going to get out of here because I haven't got a lot more to say, apart from the fact that I hope this preseason gets better in terms of the transfer business, in terms of preparation. It needs to get better because this is a big season for Mourinho, for Manchester United, for some of our players, a big season. We need to give them the foundation to go on and have that big season. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching AdamMcKola TV. You've all been absolute legends. Make sure you're keeping it like, commenting and sharing, subscribing as well. I'll be back during the week. I'll be back during the week, but for now, I'm AdamMcKola and I am out of here.